What's up? This is episode 12 of Marker Mondays. Welcome back. If you have never seen one of these videos before, my name is Spiff Ellis. I'm a visual artist, and I do these episodes / tutorials where I teach you guys a little bit about, how to use these Copic markers, and also I just give you a word of motivation and some encouragement, and just kind of, leave you feeling, inspired, So this drawing here is inspired by a drawing that I did that went viral a while back, like when I first started, probably like 2012, 2013, something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Basically, it was just, a poetic image that I created and thought about that, spoke about a female watering herself and not waiting on other people to do so. So I felt like it made sense to just kind of put a spin on it for, the virus situation that's going on. I figured it would be cool, just to kind of make it a representation of, the quarantine that we're all experiencing right now, male and female, every family all around, globally. So, so this was inspired by that. I use just a skin tone pack. I use the chow markers. It's a new type of marker that's more rounded by Copic, and I use E00 to start the base. I did E11 to start the shading, put in the values, E13 to follow up with that, as well as E15 and E18. So I also just tried to make this more of a brown skinned woman, but it's very important that you start light. You don't want to go from dark to light because this is not paint. You can only do that with paint, of course. This is marker, it's permanent, so whatever you put down, you gotta live with that. So this is all from imagination. My two signature flowers that I do. If you're not familiar, which I'm sure you should be if you've been following for some time, but I'll tell you, these flowers are a representation of imperfect person, myself. That flower petal on the left side of this flower is bit off or tattered or ripped up, if you will. And this is a representation that the flower is still a flower, even if it has a ripped petal or if it has some, dismantled features to it. It's still a flower. It's still planted. It still can grow. It's still developing. And, it's just a metaphor for people, a metaphor for me. And, healing, you know what I mean? So I'm coloring it in right now with a Y06 marker, yellow Copic marker. It's very bright. I rarely use this type of pastel yellow. I usually use like a rich, almost like a cheddar, cheese kind of colorway. So I just kind of did it in the order that I felt worked best for me. You don't always have to go skin, then background. You could do background first, whatever you're comfortable with. I just felt comfortable filling in the character first. As you can see here, I just started to go over her hair. I really like showing the details and the fray of like hair, like if it's nappy or if it's just like messy. I prefer like rawness in my art. For me as an individual, it works for me. It always has. So I don't have many other colors yet because I'm still collecting. I just got back into markers, so I have a bunch, but I have to get different different tones of browns just to give it some contrast. But in the meantime, they're very expensive markers. Like they're like $40, $50 for a pack of 5, or you can buy them individually for $6 each. But if you go to Michael's or Hobby Lobby, you can use Hobby Lobby's 40% off. And I think Michael's has the same situation, but I'm not sure. You have to actually do your research. But yeah, you might not always have a bunch of markers like I have right now, but make it work. Use the colors wisely. Just don't make the whole thing, one whole color, the same color, Here I was using this really dark marker that I really loved. I fell in love with when I was trying out different markers at the art store. This one is called E49, and it's like I don't know. It's like they call it dark bark, but it's more so like literally the color of fertilizer. So I figured it would work. you know, and I didn't really have to do any contrast with that, any shading, any lightness with that, because it has like a streak to it. You know, as I'm stroking like the marker through the drawing, you can see that it leaves like light streaks. So it gives its own like contrast and values as you do that. So you don't really have to go in there and do any shadowing and stuff like that. So yeah, as far as the flower pot, I was going for like a tan basic flower pot color, you know, that you usually see from like Home Depot or wherever you go for your flower pots. I used the E13 first instead of the E00 because that's more like the skin. I wanted to start a little bit darker with a little bit of a darker tone. So I started with E13, put some cracks in it, you know, like just to show my style. Like, I don't really like perfect things. I don't think they exist. I don't think anything's perfect. I don't think anyone is perfect. I think that they're perfect for you, or what you create is perfect for you. What music you make is perfect for you. The photos, the fashion, your clothes, it's perfect for you. You know, it's good enough for you. Like, that's what I believe. So I try to like really push that narrative in my work. As you can see, if you're unfamiliar with what I create, what I do, it's really about inspiration to be yourself wherever you are. Be yourself, in the body that you have currently, the art journey that you're on, wherever you are in your skill set, whatever you do. I'm all about that. So, I just want it to be inspiring. And as I close this video, I wrap it up, I want you guys to check out my coloring book that I created. It's in my bio on my Instagram at @kingspiff_. The book is called Feeling the Lines. It'll be great if you guys can support. I got 2 different sizes, 5 by 8 inches, and I got another one that's 8 by 11 inches. Definitely feel free to get some art therapy during this quarantine, during this coronavirus crisis that's happening right now, just to give you guys something to do if you have any artist block, or if you're just looking for something to do just to pass some time, because we have so much extra time right now, so yeah, man, I want you guys to be inspired. I thank you guys for tuning in, and definitely grab a marker. Once I put this up, and you guys will be listening to this and watching this by the time I put it up, obviously, but definitely draw to these videos when you watch them, or if you just need something to listen to when you're showering, or some motivation while you trying to get to sleep. Doesn't matter, definitely tune in. And this has been Marker Mondays, episode 12. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Bless.